This is Caprice Smith, the Uncuffed Living Expert, based out of the DMV. But if you're tuned in, you're probably tuning in from all over the world. To you, I say welcome.
And hello, this is Caprice Smith, and you're watching Women Uncuffed TV. And I am so lucky to have Miss Everything here. Now, you guys hear a lot about Black love, Mexican love, white love, but what does it really mean, right? The same thing. It's love.
Right.
And I am so honored that you're here because you are shining the spotlight on love.
Yes.
It's so much negativity in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every time I watch the news, I'm the only sane person left.
Absolutely. That's why I don't watch.
Oh my God. And then every article, this major couple's getting divorced, and, Angelina and Brad, and
Right.
who's next? I mean, I think Denzel's are still hanging in, right?
Yeah, they're good.
They're still hanging in.
Yeah, they're
Obama's
good.
still good?
They're still good.
Okay, so we still have some good ones out there.
We have hope.
Okay. But what you've done is you've kind of went into the homes of our more local celebrities, so to speak, and you're showing some realness.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Absolutely. So the campaign is called Show Your Love. And I came up with that idea in about February, the end of February.
Okay.
And because I'm newly married, so I've been married
nice.
for about a year and 4 months now. So we're always asking couples, what's the best thing about being married? What's the most challenging thing about being married? Like my husband today was at the bank and he asked the lady who was helping him the same question. So we're very
nice.
random about
Okay.
it. So usually they're very short conversations,
Mhm.
but me being a photographer, I'm like out and really wanting to be a documentary photographer.
Perfect.
I wanted to go into the homes of some couples that are here locally, in the DMV area, and see what's really going on with
Okay.
them. Because I think, just like you said, a lot of times we're seeing a lot of the negativity,
Mhm.
a lot of the scandal, a lot of the things that break us down. But there's not
Mhm.
enough of what's going to keep me going, what's going to build me up. So that's where Show Your Love started, just that idea of having an image of positivity continuously so people could really have hope for
Wow.
something that they want to do in the future.
Well, for all the wives in the world and those that will become wives, thank you.
Right,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much. I want you guys to stay tuned. We have some major announcements, but more importantly, we're going to figure out what really happens once people get through the we're so happily married routine.
Yes, absolutely.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Every woman wants financial freedom to be successful and to live the good life. Financial freedom is the truest form of freedom, and it only comes if you start believing in yourself. This is the core message of Miss Corporate America Ambassador 2015 and Uncuffed Living Expert Caprice Smith. Caprice Smith is a proven business mentor, motivational speaker, and life coach. She will skillfully teach you how to uncuff your life by using your business and management experience to establish your own organization. This award-winning business and life coach has helped hundreds of women set up their own businesses over the years and will help you start your business venture today and prove your life skills to the world. It's time to face your fears and overcome in order for you to secure an amazing future ahead. To uncuff your life today, visit her website at www.capricesmith.com.
Hi, my name is Jewel Guy. I am the CEO, founder, and photographer of Captured Treasure Imaging. If you're looking to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Captured Treasure Imaging. My personal page is Jewel Guy, so you get actually a bunch of things on both pages. So definitely follow me on there. Show Your Love is still going on. I'm actually looking for a few more couples, so if you're in the DMV area, send me a message if you would like to be highlighted. This will turn into a book in the summer, so be a part of the movement. Get your book in the summer and keep showing your love.
Welcome back. This is Women Uncuffed TV on Women's Broadcast Television Network. I am always looking for amazing guests. If you're one of them, come on and email me, inbox me. I want to have you on the show. So before we broke, we started talking about the juicy stuff.
Yes.
Now, I don't want you to put folks' business in the street because I want people to still let you into their homes. But I am asking, just on a broader sense, are there some common factors that are really plaguing our marriages?
Yeah, so inside of the Show Your Love series, I asked 4 specific questions or 4 specific topics, right? Mm-hmm. So we go through the whole how you met, where you met, how you knew you wanted to be together, right? And those things are usually interesting because people are all different. Yes. So, sometimes they knew, sometimes they really didn't like the other person before. They had a different conversation. They had a conversation that let you in, found out what that heartstring was for them. And then they found a connection, right? Okay. My favorite part is always the greatest lessons learned.
Wow.
So my favorite part is the greatest lessons learned portion. And it's really because this tells me how human people are, right? So it's not just, oh, you know, we gallivant through the park and we have a good time. It's, hey, I had to learn how to communicate better. I was very silent. I wouldn't tell him how I felt, or I came from a family who would scream when we talked, and my partner is not like that.
Wow.
So the greatest lessons learned and the commonalities that I found between probably the 20 couples that I've done so far is probably communication.
Amen. Hallelujah. This fat fatty back in the dog bone.
Right.
Yes.
Communication was number one for everybody. Patience.
That's another big one.
Patience was another good one, and people kind of explained it the same way because we want what we want when we want it.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yes.
So it was a really big thing for a lot of people to be patient with their partner because even though they may have communicated about what needs to change, they expected it much faster than what had happened.
Yes.
One of my couples was talking about how their first year of marriage, they actually separated.
The first year?
Yeah, the first year of marriage, they actually separated because it was so much going on, like so much friction. But what was wonderful about their separation was that they started to listen to themselves, their inner voice, and having time to actually look at the situation and say, you know, what part did I play in this?
Oh my God.
And not point the finger, oh, well, she did this, and she was always yelling, but what part did I play?
Yes.
And so that was like the paramount thing for me, because I think a lot of times we're always internalizing things and singling out someone else instead of looking in the mirror and, you know, trying to figure out what's going on.
And it's really hard to kind of imagine what could have I possibly done wrong.
Yes.
I mean, I'm the victim here.
Yep.
So I can honestly say that throughout our marriages, there have been highs and lows, nexuses and naδιrs, low points and high points. And we always, or even more so now, realizing that it's an exchange. It's not solely one person doing things. And that's the hard part about marriage.
It is. And I told my husband, gosh, when we first got married, like, I don't always want to look at myself.
Yes.
I don't. And then I don't want to look at myself through somebody else's eyes.
Yes.
Because then it's like the embarrassment or the shame can come after that, depending on what kind of person you are.
Yes.
For me, I was very private in all of my relationships, my friendships and everything. So I would do for other people, but I wouldn't let people in as much.
Wow.
So with him, he's a communicator to the nth degree.
Right.
So I have to talk. This is what I'm feeling, not read my mind and figure it out. No, it's tell me how you feel. How do I communicate with you? How do I make this work for both of us?
And that's so reversed, because women, we're so expressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
But you know what? It's because of the way that I grew up.
Oh.
So it's more so, and that's what another couple was telling me during an interview. Like, sometimes when you look at the person, all you're seeing is them, but you're not thinking about the trail that they have behind them. You're not thinking about past relationships. You're not thinking about what they thought, you know, or what they were taught when they were children.
Right.
You don't know what they're carrying inside of them. So just because, oh, this is my husband, or this is my wife, this is a woman, this is a man, you think that they should be at this certain level.
Yes.
It's not always like that.
Wow.
Because whatever was taught to us or done to us does have an impact.
That's an impact.
At some point.
I think everyone in the entire world suffers from PTSD.
I think so too.
We've seen something traumatic if we watch the news, but more importantly, experienced it.
Absolutely.
And speaking of trauma in the marriage, so how do you find that you're successful couples? How are they dealing with the past? And sometimes the past lingers past the past.
Yeah.
It's a stench always around. How do they deal with that?
Absolutely. So a lot of my couples have said they've gone to therapy, which was great for me because, again, going back to my past, we don't talk about stuff. So therapy was like, no, that's not an option. But, you know, as I've gotten older, I have gone to therapy myself, and being with my husband is like therapy. You know, we're always talking, always trying to figure out how do we get to the root of the problem.
Yes.
So I was very excited about that, hearing from other couples, like, hey, you know, we can have it all together.
Yes.
You know, so whether they were Christian couples who had gone to premarital counseling and they're still like in some type of counseling for, you know, married couples, or they find other couples.
Yes.
They have a community of people that says, hey, we're going through this. Did you guys go through this?
Right.
You know, how did you work through this? So I think having someone to talk to, even outside, you know, who can be a confidant to say, hey, I'm in your best interest. I'm not trying to break.
And really mean it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to break what's
My God,
going
really
on.
mean that.
Absolutely. So you
Yeah.
have to find somebody who can be some kind of objective confidant to say, hey, this is what's going on with us. How do you think we should proceed? You know, this is my side, this is his side.
Right.
What are we doing that's not working? So
Yeah.
that's how I see a lot of couples dealing with it.
I totally agree, and I think that there are like 4 entities. There should be God.
Yes.
There should be the man and woman, or whatever that relationship looks like.
Absolutely.
And then there should be a referee, and that referee, like you said, comes in the form of a confidant or
Yes.
another couple.
Absolutely.
I do find, however, that we are so guarded and in fear that someone's going to take something from us, be it whatever, confidence, whatever, privacy, that we aren't being upfront about the challenges that we're having.
Absolutely.
And Olivia, was it Pope from Scandal?
Mm-hmm.
Baddest, I love her. Like her first of all, Scandal fans, I don't want to hear anything. I love her too.
Yes.
But I will say, she has kind of redefined the other woman.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah. So external stuff to marriage, I'm not really for that.
Okay.
You know, I think a lot of times we glamorize it, and I know that everyone's relationship is different. So let me say that first, right? Because some people may not have the man and woman dynamic only, and they may have something open.
Okay.
But that is a mutual decision. That's
Mutuality.
that's not
Love
a one-sided decision. So if you come together and you say, hey, this is what we're going to do, and these are our boundaries, and this we're okay with this, then that's fine.
Okay.
You know, you can't define your marriage by what everybody else says.
Yes.
This is what you're supposed to do, or a woman is supposed to be home, and a man is supposed to be. Listen, times have changed.
Yes.
Everyone is
Dramatically.
different.
Yes.
Everybody wants something different,
Yes.
right? Some similarities, but everybody is different.
Okay.
So I think there has to be a mutual exchange for those types of things, right?
Okay.
Because for us, you know, we've talked about it, and you know, my husband, before we got married, he told me before, I've never really been the monogamous type. That's exactly what he told me. And I
Wow.
said, okay.
So is that when you say drop kick?
No.
How was that conversation?
No, it was actually very calm because I had been in what I call a situationship for 3 years prior.
I like that word. Say it again.
It's situationship. It's the one where you have to ask internally, like, hey, what are we? But, you know, you're still sleeping together. You're still doing things that you would do in a relationship, but you don't have the titles. And you know it. You have the intuition that tells you, hey, this really isn't it.
Yeah.
This isn't it at all. So we talked through it. One thing that I dedicated to myself was to do something different.
Wow.
I had gotten what I'd gotten prior to him because I was doing the same exact things.
Wow.
So I needed to do something a little bit different. So I needed, first of all, to listen and actually hear what he was saying.
Lord have mercy.
He didn't say that I just want to run around,
Okay.
you know, and do what I'm doing. It's just like, listen, what I heard him say was, I haven't found anybody who respects me enough to make me want to say, hey,
I know that's
I'm going to stay right here.
Right.
And so we had a conversation, and he'll tell the story, you know, in the bed, and I'm like, hey, let's talk about goals. You know, this is very early in the relationship. We probably weren't even like officially a couple. And I'm like, you know, someday I want to get married. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I tell him all the time, I did not mean necessarily to you. This is my goal.
She didn't mean a husband. She didn't mean it.
No. And I say it every time because at that time we weren't in a relationship. We weren't saying we're exclusive, right? We were starting to see each other, but we weren't exclusive. So I didn't want to say, hey, I'm trying to lock you down.
Yes.
No, it wasn't like that. I wanted to do something different than what I had done before. I had just let people stay and linger and not really tell them how I felt. You know, if I've learned anything about being with my husband, is you have to be honest.
Yes.
Even if what you're in right now isn't going to work after your honesty.
So right there, honey, we're going to take a break. You got to come back. See, look, I'm bringing it to you. You don't have to meet me at a conference somewhere, right?
The highly anticipated Miss and Mrs. Corporate America pageant is right around the corner, and you can be part of the 10th annual competition that empowers professional women. We invite Miss, Mrs., and teen contestants to apply for this opportunity to build lifelong friendships, participate in speaking and networking opportunities, receive national exposure and visibility for your business, and promote your own personal community platform. This is the chance to be seen and heard by thousands of key business leaders and influencers. Contact us at 855-622-2769 or email us at info@mscorporateamerica.com. Deadline to apply is January 1st. We'll see you March 2nd through the 4th in Orlando, Florida.
Hello, this is Caprice Smith, the Uncuffed Living Expert, and you probably heard all of the buzz because we had this dynamic Twitter chat party the other day, Uncuffed Twitter chat party, and guess what? There's another one coming up. I went to my followers and my supporters and I said, hey guys, who's the best out there? I want to do a Twitter chat party, and I got an abundance of names, so I'm so excited to announce that there will be a Twitter chat party every month throughout the summer. Now, the purpose of the Twitter chat party is to give you guys some rejuvenation, motivation, some quick fixes, because I want you geared up and ready by the time we get to October. October 14th will be a day to remember. It is the premiere of the Women Uncuffed Colloquium. Now, at the colloquium, I'm going to have dynamic speakers, entertainment, vendors, an exchange of ideas. Why? Why? Because I want to keep you guys abreast as to what's happening in your neck of the woods, what's trending. I'm an internationally syndicated columnist with Women Voices magazine, and in my column, I speak about the 5 trending social media things, but it doesn't stop with social media. It goes into the platforms that you're using. It goes into the community that you're rebuilding. It goes into the lives you are touching. People are watching you and they want to see what you're working with. Go show them Uncuffed. Meet me at the Uncuffed Women's Colloquium on October 14th. You can register today at www.womenuncuffed.com. I have put some specials out there, but you just have to follow me to see what the current one is. You just missed the $25 registration one. And when I spoke at the Shades of Sarah symposium or conference the other day, I gave away a few seats. So there's some rewards in following the Uncuffed Living Expert. It's not all about take. I love giving back. If you are a woman uncuffed and you want to be my guest on this show, come on through. Caprice at Caprice Smith or capricesmith.com is how you find me. Make today the day that you go out and you're making an impact, and don't come back empty-handed.
We started talking about the juicy stuff. Now, I don't want you to put folks' business in the street because I want people to still let you into their homes. But I am asking, just on a broader sense, are there some common factors that are really plaguing our marriages?
Yeah, so inside of the Show Your Love series, I asked 4 specific questions or 4 specific topics, right? Mm-hmm. So we go through the whole how you met, where you met, how you knew you wanted to be together, right? And those things are usually interesting because people are all different. Yes. So, sometimes they knew, sometimes they really didn't like the other person before. They had a different conversation. They had a conversation that let you in, found out what that heartstring was for them. And then they found a connection, right? Okay. My favorite part is always the greatest lessons learned.
Wow.
So greatest lessons learned. And it's really because this tells me how human people are, right? So it's not just, we gallivant through the park and we have a good time. It's, hey, I had to learn how to communicate better. Yes, I was very silent. I wouldn't tell him how I felt, or I came from a family who would scream when we talked, and my partner is not like that. Wow. So the greatest lessons learned and the commonalities that I found between probably the 20 couples that I've done so far is probably communication.
Amen. Fatty back, hit a dug a bone.
Right.
Yes.
Communication was number 1 for everybody. Patience.
That's another big one.
Patience was another good one, and people kind of explained it the same way because we want what we want when we want it. Yes. Yesterday.
Yes.
So it was a really big thing for a lot of people to be patient with their partner because even though they may have communicated about what needs to change, they expected it much faster than what it happened.
Yes.
One of my couples was talking about how their first year of marriage, they actually separated.
The first year?
Yeah, the first year of marriage, they actually separated because it was so much going on, like so much friction. But what was wonderful about their separation was that they started to listen to themselves, their inner voice, and having time to actually look at the situation and say, what part did I play in this?
Oh my God.
And not point the finger, oh, well, she did this and
Yes.
she was always yelling, but
Yes.
what part did I play?
Yes.
And so that was like the paramount thing for me, because I think a lot of times we're always internalizing things
Yes.
and singling out someone else instead of looking in the mirror and,
Absolutely.
trying to figure out what's going on
And
with
it's
us.
really hard to kind of imagine, what could have I possibly done wrong?
Yes.
I mean, I'm the victim here.
Yep.
So I can honestly say that throughout our marriages, there have been highs and lows, nexuses and nadirs, low points and high points. And we always, or even more so now, realizing that it's an exchange. It's not solely one person doing things. And that's the hard part about marriage.
It is. And I told my husband, gosh, when we first got married, like, I don't always want to look at myself.
Yes.
I don't. And then I don't want to look at myself through somebody else's eyes.
Yes.
Because then it's like the embarrassment or the shame can come after that, depending on what kind of person you are.
Yes.
For me, I was very private in all of my relationships, my friendships and everything. So I would do for other people, but I wouldn't let people in as much.
Wow.
So with him, he's a communicator to the nth degree.
Right.
So I have to talk. This is what I'm feeling, not read my mind and figure it out. No, it's tell me how you feel. How do I communicate with you? How do I make this work for both of us?
And that's so reversed, because women, we're so expressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
But you know what? It's because of the way that I grew up.
Oh.
So it's more so, and that's what another couple was telling me during an interview. Like, sometimes when you look at the person, all you're seeing is them, but you're not thinking about the trail that they have behind them. You're not thinking about past relationships. You're not thinking about what they thought, or what they were taught when they were children.
Right.
You don't know what they're carrying inside of them. So just because, this is my husband or this is my wife, this is a woman.
So I was motivated to do the Show Your Love campaign because I am very tired of all of the negative appearances of Black people on TV, whether it's on the news, reality shows. I think it's a false narrative of what's really going on. I think reality shows are usually hyped up to be more than really what's going on. But if you walk down the street, you can talk to people who can tell you great, enriching stories that can actually improve your life. And it may not be the cat fights and things that entertain us, but it'll be something that can give us some wisdom, some knowledge, and something to kind of feast on to grow. So Show Your Love is really based out of wanting to change the narratives for Black couples, or giving a voice to Black couples so that they can see themselves, the real people who are going through real marriages, who are going through problems, but who are working through them, and actually, continuing through marriage and being strong. So that was really the motivation for Show Your Love, just a positive narrative and spreading it across the country, around the world, so that people can understand that this is what we do. We do love, we do marriage, we do working together, and that's the importance of Show Your Love.
About marriages and keeping it positive, and through the struggle, why you should stay together, and how to stay together, and how to kind of keep it all together when you are going through things. I want to give a quick shout out to Cynthia Miss Pretty and her amazing husband. They're doing big things. They are actually posted up at the BWI airport now. Please check out their spa line, and she has some amazing jewelry. I can't wait to get to you, girl, as soon as I get a minute. But it must be through Cynthia that Jewel Guy and I met. So in my network of women, it's all about uplifting and coming together. And even if you can't be supportive in that you're at every event or you're buying everything, it is still very important to help connect the dots. Our community is in a dire need of healing and repairing, and Jules is doing her thing by starting with marriages. I empower women to become entrepreneurs, women in businesses. So I want you guys to all be uncuffed in every aspect, but we all have to do our part. So I want you guys to tune in next week. I have another show lined up. I'm telling you, 2017 is going to be just what it is supposed to be. And I want to give an encouraging word right now. I want to share 3 things that you absolutely must do if you want to remain successful in today's society. The first is you have to ignore the haters, but not 100%, because there is always smoke where there is fire. So if a hater, it feels so passionate to say something negative toward you or about you, check it out. See if there's some things you can improve. And if there is, go back to one of my 5 keys of living uncuffed, which is complete the self-work. There's always something in there. But I'm begging you not to stay there too long. Just like there's a little bit of truth, there's much more that things that are not true about what they're probably saying or trying to do against you. So go to your haters, pray for them, listen to them for a second, work on what needs to be worked on, and then keep that thing moving. I had a social media post the other day that said that haters are just confused admirers. And that's exactly what I meant. I meant that if someone's taking the time to look at your life so much so that they want to pull your life down, shame on them, because they are not living uncuffed. They're watching you live uncuffed. And it may be pissing them off a little bit. But you know what I say? Hey, if you're not uncuffed, if you're not living uncuffed, you're just not living, and the world will know. And that means you have to look at your haters and then keep that thing moving. The second thing you have to do if you want to uncuff today is you must honor your uniqueness. And that means you have to be in a position where you are fighting for your dream, your legacy, and your purpose every single day of your life, every hour. I say while other people are sleeping, I am uncuffing. And what does that mean? I don't sleep? No. It means that I've made a decision to live my life to the fullest because I know it's only for a short time. And in my path of climbing to the top and reaching and obtaining my success and holding on to it, I promised myself a long time ago I no longer have permission to stop. The third thing is to really look at your life and make sure that it is aligned with your dreams and your goals. If you're looking at your life and you're confused by what has gone wrong or what can you be doing differently, if you don't feel completely fulfilled every day and you don't think you're doing enough, you probably are not. And on this other note, if you are doing too much and you're still not getting that peace and fulfillment, then I'm going to tell you, step back and reevaluate some things and make sure you are living your best life. Listen, motivational speakers, they are all out there. We're out there. We are writing books. We're giving you shows. We're coming on television. We are doing our thing, but we want you guys to come with us. Success is not just for the elite or the chosen few. It's for the people willing to work hard to go out and get it. So never stop dreaming and never stop doing. That is how you uncuff. I started the show Women Uncuffed TV on Women Broadcast Television Network for many reasons. The biggest was that I needed many platforms to show the world what it looks like. I am standing in the atrium of my husband's cigar lounge, Puff and Quill. It is a premier cigar lounge. It's pretty upscale. You come here, you unwind, you engage, we have amazing day parties and just hang out. But more importantly, it's my husband's shop. So I'm not having to go somewhere else and pour money into someone else's dream. I'm helping to build our legacy through his dreams. So when you dream, you give others permission to dream. If you're surrounding yourself with people who have stopped dreaming or stopped doing or have become so critical and unhappy that they're impacting even you when you're around them, step away from that crowd and rebuild your crowd, even if you have a crowd of just two, you and God. So listen, living uncuffed isn't difficult. It is a decision, though. This is Caprice Smith, and I'm inviting you to follow me on every social media, every platform. Caprice Lives Uncuffed. Hashtag uncuffed. Hashtag women uncuffed.
And we're going to talk about them loudly so that we can all live uncuffed. I'm not stopping until I've uncuffed a whole nation of women. If you'd like to be a guest, or if you'd like to sponsor our show, or just stop through and say hello and share how you're living uncuffed, feel free to do so. Go to womenuncuffed.com and follow me on everything Caprice Lives Uncuffed.